I met someone who... What?
You said, basically, I met someone.
And had the smallest affair I've ever had in my life. It was so small, and you made such a big deal about it.
These my dollars make it hurt.
Okay, so we're talking about arguments this week, which we have expansive experience with.
Yeah.
We definitely went through a period of time where our relationship with each other was probably the worst aspects of our lives.
Yeah. Very frustrating, very stressful.
We used to argue often, and we would hold a grudge where our arguments would last for several days. We would not talk for days at a time. Like, our arguments probably lasted like 5 days.
Yeah, some of them definitely lasted quite a while. And the funny thing is that they were all over such minor things.
Most of them were
Like that we can't even remember.
90% of
anymore.
them were so small. Like, none of our arguments have ever been over really anything too treacherous, which we'll get into a couple of them that stand out.
The only ones we could actually remember.
Yeah, the out of who knows how many arguments.
Yeah.
The
Tons.
couple
Tons.
that stand out.
Over nothing.
So yeah, we definitely had a rough patch for a while, but our stubborn behavior also is probably what kept us from breaking up.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely what caused, I would say 90% of our arguments is just being stubborn and not wanting to be the one to come and say I'm sorry or change whatever it was that we were doing or our thought process or...
Yeah, I would say that, and just a lack of proper communication skills. And the interesting thing about us doing an argument podcast is we just got out of an argument yesterday.
Yeah.
So we'll start with that. Basically, I was trying to help a lady who's in a domestic abuse situation get into a shelter. Her dog could not go with her to the shelter. So I said, hang on, let me call my wife and ask if we can watch this dog. And you agreed. And she got in the shelter, and now we have the dog. Now, it turns out the dog is a bit aggressive.
Yeah, he's very much like a toddler. He has to do things himself. You can't, shoo him along. You can't wipe him off when he's wet. He definitely has to be. He's got to have his bubble.
Yeah.
Got to have his space.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You can't surprise him.
Yeah, definitely can't surprise him.
And so we realized that the first time we had, when I was at work, something happened, right?
Yeah, so the first night that we had him was on a Friday, and things had been good. He was really friendly, really sweet.
Yeah, he's mostly a good dog.
Yeah, he really is. So I wasn't thinking anything of it, and I let him out. It was raining. Came back in. He was wet, so I started to wipe him down with a towel, and he snapped at me and growled, and so I texted you, and I pretty much let you know, we probably are going to have to do something else because
not working out.
It's not going to be safe probably for a 4-year-old to be around this dog. So,
and then flash forward to Saturday, one of Ella's friends come over from next door. Neglectfully, we don't put the dog up that was probably poor
'Cause we
judgment on
had-
our part.
Well, but we had been to the park with the dog. You know, he had been around other kids at the park and seemed fine.
Yeah, but I think it's like, this is my territory now. Oh, someone's coming in my territory.
Yeah, somebody that I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the dog started barking kind of aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
You grab him by the collar, and that just
Set him off.
set him off. That puts him in attack mode.
Yeah.
So he's snarling, he's growling, he's trying to nip at you, he's trying to bite you.
Yeah.
And you get him inside. So we're like, okay, well, this is not ideal.
Yeah.
And then one other situation where the dog just growls. I guess I wasn't here. Growls at Ella while she's.
Yeah. So she, after bath time, she has these little towels with hoods, and she likes to wear them around to, get to her bedroom and stuff. And I guess I'm sure that the dog just had no idea what this huge hooded thing was.
The dog doesn't like towels.
Tiny little thing. Yeah, he definitely does not like towels. But yeah, he growled at her, so I, kind of pushed her back into the bathroom, put the dog up.
And then so Monday, you had a bad day at work. We come home. You're clearly in a bad mood.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a really stressful day, and then came home, and it was Ella's first soccer game, and so we were kind of rushing to get her ready and get out the door and all that, and then we got back late, so I was tired and I guess a little irritated, and the dog just would not stop barking. He would not stop barking. So I said something to you because I guess I had thought, per our conversation over the weekend, you would try to do something to get the dog.
Conversation over the weekend. What am I one of your work colleagues?
Per my last email. But yeah, I mean, I guess I just assumed that you would have figured something out.
You made that per my last email joke in 2 podcasts now.
Did I?
Yeah. You're cut off.
The first one.
Something about, I said, like my ex-girlfriend sent me an email or something.
Oh.
So you're cut off from that joke for at least a month. Sorry.
I'll do better. Okay. Well, I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah, so the dog was barking. You were frustrated.
Yeah.
And then I felt you a little bit started taking out on me.
I'm sure that I had a tone because when I get irritated and frustrated, I have an impatient tone. I'm, I guess, aggressive a little with my words.
your words.
With my words.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I basically I felt like you hadn't done anything because I'd ask you about talking to the girl, and you said, I talked to her a little bit.
Yeah. So you're being a little bit brash with me. I felt like, which that it kind of got under my skin, made me feel a little bit overwhelmed.
And then you called me the B word.
I was getting there. I wasn't gonna
skip over it.
skip over it. Just because I felt like, look, I understand we have this problem, but we can solve it together. But like when I know, like, in certain situations I'm not in the best control of my emotions, and I can feel overwhelmed, like just I bubble up and just make some mistakes.
Well, we both do that. We both overreact, especially if we're angry and we are together. We don't give each other time to calm down a little bit and think about the situation and how we want to handle it, as opposed to,
which, like we talked about in one of our question games, like I'm very go with the flow, and then when you're kind of going against that current, it overwhelms me a bit. And so the next day, we're kind of arguing over text, both probably saying things we didn't mean. I think you said, like, I wish you didn't care about strangers more than you care about your family, which I felt like was an unfair statement.
Yeah, you told me that. But my thing was just that, it's clearly not really safe to have the dog here being aggressive with our 4-year-old.
So really, your motherly instincts were like, "Hey, this is more important to me than anything else right now."
Yeah, keeping Ella safe is the most important thing. And I think I told you that if it was just me and you, it would be completely different because
Yeah, you did say that.
we know how to act around a dog that's probably been abused, that's a little anxious and in a new area. And so, but 4-year-olds don't have that ability necessarily.
So we talked last night and, apologized. I told you I was working on getting him boarded and we're going forward with that. So we're good now.
Yeah, we're good. I think our biggest issue was the lack of communication.
Yeah.
Where we had that conversation over the weekend, I expected you to do more, but you didn't really communicate what you had done. So I felt like you hadn't really done anything.
Yeah. And previously, this argument could have lasted much longer.
It could have been a week.
Yeah. Could
have ruined the whole weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. You know what? That's another thing. I feel like a lot of times we would get into arguments before like a vacation or on a vacation. I feel like we did some like weird self-sabotaging.
Yeah, I think that at least in my case, if we're planning on going out of town or we're planning on doing something, I get real stressed because I feel like
I bet that's what it is.
Yeah, well, I do because I feel like I have to get all this stuff done because who wants to come home from vacation to a dirty house or 4 or 5 piles
That's
of laundry?
over and over again. We're getting an argument like right before something like big and
really
happy
has.
and important.
But I feel stressed. I want you to help, and then
So are there any other arguments that stick out to you that we've had in the past?
Yeah, the only other big one that I can really remember is the guy on the roof. Yeah,
Which we've brought up before.
we have.
So we'll go ahead and divulge into that story.
Yeah.
So I'll give my part on it. So I went to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by myself at a movie theater. Rode my bike there, and on the way back, I stopped at a bar across the street. I was just thinking, I just saw the new Quentin Tarantino movie. And then I'm talking to this guy about Quentin Tarantino movies for like 2 hours. And then he was like, "Do you want to go get Waffle House?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, let's go get Waffle House." And I was like, "Better yet, let's take that Waffle House to my roof. We could eat on my roof. It'd be great. Be a fun time." So,
And looking back at it, I don't know what was wrong with this dude that he's just like, "Yeah, okay, let's go eat Waffle House on your roof," guy I just met 2 hours ago.
I mean, yeah, it just seemed like the thing to do. And didn't really realize anything was wrong until you became aware of it and you were furious.
Yeah. So I woke up probably around 5 o'clock. I knew that you had stopped at the bar. I texted you and you said you were on your way home. So I went back to sleep. When I woke up, I heard you outside, which isn't necessarily abnormal, on nights that you used to work, like your half shift. When you'd come home, you'd stay awake for a little while. So I didn't think anything of it until I heard the other man's voice. So I looked outside and there's this giant truck in the driveway, and then I'm hearing voices, but like I can't see you. And then all of a sudden, like this large man who clearly was not you comes into focus, standing on my roof, the roof of the shed, the garage, as Ella calls it.
Garage, the studio, the bar.
Yeah. Yeah. So I freak out. I realize that you're up there with him. And then you, like, I'm furious, just like to myself in the bedroom.
Furious to me,
but
too.
Then you came down, came inside. Like, I had walked out. The door was wide open. You came inside. Clearly was in a very good place with your alcohol. And
I'm buzzing.
yeah. So argument went from there.
Yeah, you gave me the goods.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah. And that
I
lasted
think I
a
may
while.
have even thrown a hash brown on that man's truck.
Yeah, I mean, what did he do? What did he do?
Sorry.
And so, yeah, so, after talking to several of my friends, my sister, Sarah, like I realized why that was a poor decision. But in the moment, it didn't even cross my mind that this could be potentially dangerous just because I'm a naturally trusting person. Didn't really cross my mind that this isn't a smart idea. Looking back at it now, I understand that. Haven't done it since.
That's
That's just that was just my oblivious mindset at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was really frustrating to me too that, I was trying to explain the same thing that, your sister and Sarah ended up explaining to you. And
But you were explaining it
I was explaining it angrily. Yeah.
which for me puts up, these walls.
Yeah.
It's not getting through ever.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just so frustrating to me, I guess, trying to explain it and I guess understand,
Because you were so
realizing
passionate
that
about
you,
your
yes,
point.
realizing that you, honest to God, just had not a clue.
Yeah, I think that still frustrates you.
It does still frustrate me.
Okay, I realized it was wrong, but at the same time, I'm like, look at you go through life just thinking everything's peachy all the time. That's nice. That's very rom-com of you or whatever.
Yeah.
So, live and learn. I haven't made that mistake since.
No, that's true.
So the argument I want to bring up, now they made me look bad, was so I sometimes get food stuck in my throat. I've had to have my throat stretched. That happened when we were living in our apartment before Ella, and I threw up. And that made me congested, and for whatever reason, that led you down a path that you accused me of like doing cocaine.
I don't know how it got there. I don't know how it got there. I really don't.
I don't either.
I remember the night, but I don't remember enough of it to speak on this argument because I've never even been around somebody that's done cocaine, so I don't know. I'm sure that you were
So I don't know
acting.
why you accused me with such
I
conviction.
don't know. I'm sure you were acting just crazy, in my opinion, which you didn't when you went outside for an extended period of time, but you didn't tell me that you had thrown up. And I did not. I think this was probably the first time that I realized that you had that issue.
Maybe.
So I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know.
So I drive to Walgreens and buy a drug test, take it, slam it down in front of you. And then I'm like, yeah, ball's in my court now, dude. Like, this is my time.
Your time to shine.
My time to shine. Complete role reversal. And I'm not letting you off easy.
Yeah. And you've still never letting me forget about it. So.
It upset me so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I understand, like, you weren't doing anything, and to be accused of something like that is very frustrating.
Yeah. And I think this is a
I wish I could remember. I really do.
Was I like eating like powdered donuts and
I don't know.
I don't think so. But that is like a thing about like I feel like our early relationship, and you can tell me if this is wrong, but I feel like you had a lot of trust issues.
I did.
And I don't feel like you do now.
Not with you, but I mean, I have a lot of trust issues in general. I mean, so many people in life, and not just in relationships, but like so many people in life have lied to me, have broken my trust. And it's like, you can tell me this, but how do I know you're not just lying? And I hate to be that way. I hate to be that kind of person, but.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like there was a time in our relationship where you would accuse me of cheating, like not frequently, but occasionally.
Yeah, well, you always keep your phone on silent. You flip it down.
My phone is on silent now.
I mean, mine is too, but, we have a thing.
Well, my phone was on silent before the thing.
Well, and I mean, I guess that's my phone is never on silent. I'm on call for work quite a bit, so it's odd to me, I guess, to have to turn your phone on silent or to have the luxury.
Yeah, and you were looking
of
at
being
me
able
weird
to
the other
turn your
day
phone on
because I had a
silent.
message from you like 4 hours ago that I hadn't read yet. So you're like, just read it.
Yeah, you leave me on read all the time.
Another thing we used to argue about, which is kind of goes back to the first thing we talked about with the guy on the roof. In the way that like it didn't make sense to me. Like I don't understand, but now well, maybe I still don't understand, but I try to be more cognizant about doing this. But so when I go out wherever with friends, you like to be updated, like, hey, I'm going out to dinner with these people.
Yes.
And then, okay, hey, we're going to the bar now, or
Yeah.
we're going to go do whatever now.
And I can tell you why. I constantly watch things like Dateline and
All you women do.
murder.
You love that. You can't
murder
sleep
shows.
without it.
I can't. I really can't. But it's not at all about like I'm trying to keep tabs on you. I just want to know where you are. That way, if I never hear from you again, or
You have a
you
paper
know,
trail.
yeah, I've got a paper trail. I'm like, okay, so cop, he was here, and then he went here, and he was with this people, and then he went here, and then he died.
Yeah, and then he died.
So
but I'm like,
figure it out.
if I died, I died. It don't matter.
it doesn't matter to
cares?
you, but it matters to me and your family and the dog.
Fair.
She would be lost without you.
But from, I don't know if this is just from like a man's perspective or anyone out, guy or girl, having fun. Like once you start having fun, you're just kind of like,
yeah, you don't think about those
Yeah.
transitions like going from one place to
yeah,
the other.
it's just all you're hanging out.
I get that. And I try to be more understanding.
Yeah, and I try to be
Of
more,
that.
and I try to update you more.
You do, you do
Which
so much
not
better.
to say I don't forget still.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I know more like just, I don't know. You do better.
Thank you.
You do better now.
So now that we're married, we don't argue near as much, and our arguments aren't near as long.
No, they're not.
So what do you think? What do you think changed?
I mean, I guess you could call it like the newlywed phase. I don't know. I mean,
hope
nothing really felt like it changed. I mean, you know, we already lived together. We had a child together. So, I mean, I don't know what changed. I don't know.
I think. Well, I was speculating that it was like we know we're in it now for the long haul, so don't have to worry about like, are we gonna break up? Like we're in it, so maybe that allows us to be more patient with each other.
Yeah.
I hope that's it. And we did go to
Seems like a
therapy
good
for a little
theory.
bit before we got married. So, yeah, I know I was joking earlier about like firing her. I didn't enjoy therapy. I didn't enjoy it. I guess you're not supposed to enjoy it. But, you know, I like to think maybe we did actually learn at least some valuable skills.
Yeah, I think we definitely did. I mean, you know, I guess it takes somebody else pointing out to both of us that, hey, you both got to work on things.
Yeah.
We both have to work on better communication with each other, for sure.
And I think we do communicate better.
I think so too. I think, and understanding how, like, when we get into an argument, what the other person needs. Like, you're the kind of person that wants to fix it immediately.
As per my mother.
Yes, and I'm the kind of person that I want you to give me space so that I can be
Right.
mad, and then I can stop being mad, and then I can think clearly and figure out how I really want to handle this situation, as opposed to what my immediate emotion is.
Yeah. Because I want to fix it now because I don't want it to build inside me and just take up this time. But at least now I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, maybe I'll try to fix it quickly. Like with the dog, I tried to the first night we started arguing and you said no, and I was like, okay. Well, I'll wait. I'll give you a day or half a day. I'll be patient, and then we can try then. I feel like that helps. And even if it is the newlywed phase, I still think we're like building habits. You know, it's becoming habitual of how we argue and how we communicate, that even after that, we'll still have those habits in place to help prevent future arguments or, you know, help them resolve them quickly like we have.
Gosh, I hope so.
I hope so too.
These my dollars make it hurt.
So we want the listeners to send in questions about their relationship or ask for relationship advice. Judging by the first segment, we should be great at that. Clearly. But we haven't posted anything yet. We haven't set up a means for them to
do that.
Yeah.
Send questions or anything.
Send questions in. Yeah. Well, you can send it into happily ever after party at gmail.com with 2 Y's at the party. That's all I have now. Because I don't want to pay for a domain, you know, at happilyeverafter.com. I don't want to pay for a domain.
Or just leave it in the comments.
Check in the comments.
In the comments.
But we haven't posted anything yet, so nobody's sending anything because we haven't told them to.
Yeah, so we're just going to judge these people on Reddit.
Yeah, so we have Reddit arguments, and we're going to give them unsolicited advice.
Yeah, that they'll never hear. All right, so this first one says, I've always been terrified of childbirth. My husband knows this. It gives me the creeps, but I have a strong mind over matter brain, and I always wanted children more than I was scared of doing it. However, last week, a good friend of mine from high school died in childbirth. Her mother made the post, and honestly, I don't know what to say. It sounded horrific. I've tried looking at pictures of babies. I love babies, but I feel nothing. In fact, more negative feelings than positive. We were planning on starting to try this month, and I've just been avoiding him. This is so big. But I have always been traveling this fine line of fear, and it finally knocked me over. I don't know how to tell him. I don't think I will ever want to do this. I know I was afraid before, but it's never felt like this. How do I tell him? We've been married for 6 years. I just don't know what to do.
Okay. So while I think about this, look up chance of death during childbirth. Let's figure that out, because you have to go at it from a statistical standpoint. If that's her concern, if that's her holdback is fear, because she said, I want kids. So that's a given. It's more fear of that one thing is what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah. So I guess doesn't seem very high. 17 and 100,000.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem very high.
Yeah, you should look that up so that you know that your chances are slim, lottery slim.
Mm-hmm. But I think in reading the rest of it, it sounds more like she's now just not into.
Because she said she was looking at other kids.
Yeah, she said she was looking at pictures of babies and just isn't feeling it anymore. So I don't know. Is it fear, or has she just decided now that she doesn't want a child?
Yeah. Well, if it's fear, scrap that. Go listen to our episode about childbirth. It was over in like 5 minutes.
Super easy.
That might have been an
Super
anomaly,
easy.
but
Yeah.
But either way, it's not that bad. You can get epiduraled up.
Yeah, I mean you're constantly being monitored. Yeah. It does say that her friend was completely healthy. That's about all that it says about that.
I mean, yeah, that can happen, but that's so rare.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to think too. I mean, literally anything.
And also, when I look
do,
at like my friends' kids, I'm not like, you know, it's different when it's your kid.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Even if you don't want
For
kids,
sure.
because you didn't want kids at first.
I didn't. I never wanted kids. But I mean, gosh.
What do we do without her?
I know. I don't know. Life would be so weird.
Yeah, when she goes to grandma's house, we're just like,
What do we do now?
don't know what to do. It's kind of sad.
What's life about? Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe she probably just needs to try and figure out, talk with her husband, first of all.
Yeah, because that was her question. How do I tell my husband?
Yeah, just be honest about it and open and be like, hey, I'm having these feelings. I was afraid at first. Now I'm just wondering if I even want kids.
Yeah, and that could open up a lot of doors. You know, that could open up some of his fears. It could be therapeutic for both of them.
Yeah.
It could lead to what they are going to do ultimately.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other options. I mean, you don't have to birth your own child. You could have a surrogate. You could adopt. Different
Yeah, but
things
even,
like that.
I mean, we looked into adoption.
It's expensive.
That's expensive. It's like, what, $15,000?
I don't know. You looked into it, not me.
Ugh.
But it's expensive. It's ridiculously expensive. I mean, these are, and I understand, you can't just be like, okay, well, adoption is free, because then, God only knows the kind of people you would get coming to adopt these poor kids that.
What do you mean adoption's not free? Fostering?
No, adoption. Like when you have like a dog and you don't want to give a dog away for free, because who knows, like anybody's going to come and be like, well, yeah, I'll definitely take that dog for free. And
yeah, but
who knows why they really want it. If you're willing to pay for it, you're more likely getting the dog, or I don't want to compare dogs to children.
Yeah, but I feel
I'm
like there's
doing it.
also like you could do like a vetting process to make sure poor people can buy children as well.
Yeah, I think it definitely should be based more off of a background check,
Yeah.
clearly. But interviews, and then look at your income and
Yeah.
base it off your income, not just this ridiculously
Yeah.
expensive
But
number.
childbirth is not that hard. Ask Kaysi. She did it.
It could be hard for other people, though. I mean,
Your chance of dying are slim.
that they are.
And talk to your husband.
Yeah.
Or partner. Did you marry the next one?
Yeah.
That was great advice. Okay. My boyfriend's parents paid for them. Okay. I don't read the title. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so this is an Am I the Asshole? So our job is just to determine if they are the asshole in the situation.
Yes, I'm very good at that.
So she said she refused to get on a flight. Her boyfriend's parents paid for them. Her boyfriend's siblings and significant other all got on a flight to Cabo for spring break. Becky, who is his mom, hasn't seemed to like me for some reason and always makes snide remarks about my parents' blue-collar jobs and my field of nursing. I feel like a nurse makes more than both of us. It's a good job. We get to the airport, and Becky, the mom, got 7 other people first-class tickets and me 1 coach ticket. She told me I was used to it, and she had a free coach ticket, so I should be grateful for going. They all did express check-ins and left me in a long line for me to think about what the heck is going on. I had to keep from crying the whole time. I got up to the counter and there was a baggage fee for me. My boyfriend at the time never once helped me through the coach line or said anything to his mom. I looked over at his mom's smug face and I was about to pay the checked baggage fee. I let all my frustrations out on the attendant and started crying. Basically, she said, "Don't go with that family, sweetie. They don't appreciate you." Continuing to cry and took my luggage and got out of line with a super sweet check-in woman. I was so upset on how I was treated and started crying on my boyfriend in the airport about how his mother was treating me. Yikes. I broke up with him at the airport and his mother was so embarrassed. I told her what a bitch she was. My boyfriend had been blowing up my phone saying, how could I do that to his mother? And I back out of a vacation at the very last minute and waste everyone's time and money.
Absolutely not the asshole.
She didn't waste anyone's money. It was a free ticket. Yeah, not the asshole. That's
Not the
horrible. Do you
asshole.
think that's real? People could post fake stuff.
I mean, they could, but we're going off the assumption that it is, so definitely not
Definitely
the asshole.
not the asshole. That is a
Boyfriend
horrible
and-
witch of a woman.
Yeah, boyfriend and mom are assholes. He should have stood up for his girlfriend. If, he cares about her, wants to be with her, he should be standing up for her.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have put her like in this. Well, I don't want to say like put her in this separate area like she's a leper, but because that's where we would fly if we flew in coach. But that's how they're treating her. Like, go be with your blue collar folk. Ugh. What a bitch!
Yeah,
God,
for sure. Oy.
Yeah. All right. You are not the asshole.
Not at all. Oh my
I wonder if there
God.
were signs leading up to. She said she was snarky, but I wonder if there were signs that the boyfriend gave that he's like, pretentious or whatever. I wonder what they do for a living.
I don't know. If mom was snarky with me and boyfriend didn't stand up for me, like from the get-go, yeah, I probably wouldn't have
Made it
even
that far.
been in that situation. All right, this one is super long. It's another Am I the Asshole? My sister got out of a terrible relationship and moved in with me and my husband and brought her 5-month-old son. She's dealing with a handful of issues from PPD to depression. I don't know what that is.
Postpartum depression.
I asked my husband if he'd be okay with her moving in. He said absolutely. Not just this, but he was the one who picked her up and brought her home. She stayed for 2 weeks, helped around the house. My husband started complaining about the baby crying, but a newborn is expected to cry at night. It causes him stress. Although I suggested he put on earbuds, he suddenly told me to forget it. And so I did. Last week, I had to go out of town to attend a funeral without my husband. He said he wanted to stay with my sister to be sure she's okay. I returned home the next day.
So this is just the version of the dog in our house, but with a baby.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So I returned home the next day, didn't find her or the baby home. My husband said she contacted a friend in another town, wanted to move with them, and had left that morning. He handed me a letter he claimed was from her. This felt odd, especially reading the letter. I called her, but turned out my husband found it and said she must have left it behind. I guess that's her phone. I was worried. I had no means of contacting her to make sure she was okay. Contacted relatives, but they knew nothing. Yesterday, I got a call from an unknown number, and it was her. We talked. She told me she didn't leave on her own. My husband kicked her out after telling her that she was no longer welcome and she needed to take responsibility for her own decisions. I was in shock. She explained that she's not with a friend but at a shelter and has no money. Oh, dear. I waited until he got home. I blew up at him. He admitted he faked the letter, hid her phone, and then argued that it's his house and he has a say, but he shouldn't have lied to me about my sister and caused her to be homeless. He said I was being unfair and wrong to lash out at him for wanting peace in his home. I went upstairs and refused to argue anymore. I told him I'm going to pick her up tomorrow. He said he'd change the locks while I'm gone, and I won't be allowed to bring her home.
So you're the husband in the situation. Granted, I mean, you were not going to go this step that far to just,
That's rough.
to take the dog to a homeless shelter. I wish that was a thing, though, because we could probably do that. That would be an option.
What?
Take the dog to a homeless shelter. If there were dog homeless shelters, that they didn't, get rid of them and adopt them out.
They are just called shelters.
Yeah, but then you can buy it and we cannot get the dog. I wish there was like a pawn shop for dogs. It's like, hey,
Oh my God.
give us like a month here.
Stop.
If we're not back in a
No.
month, then you can sell the dog, but we're pawning it.
Oh, Jesus. No. No.
I'm just saying, you're the husband in the situation. I'm the wife.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities here.
comparison.
A lot of similarities. Gosh, I don't even know where I was.
Yeah, but he is. Oh, you're not done.
Okay, so this one was super long. He said he would change the locks when I'm gone, and I won't be allowed to bring her home. I'm thinking of going to a hotel, but he kept saying I'm letting my sister affect our lives and prioritizing her, but there's a baby involved, my nephew. I can't leave him homeless. I get that it's his house too, but I don't see why he's so against her staying. Edit, he returned home. We started arguing again. I couldn't take it. I'm going to stay at a hotel. He's wanting to talk again, but I'm overwhelmed and stressed and need some time by myself. I don't care if he's going to change the locks or not. I'm working on meeting up with my sister as soon as possible so we can talk more openly about what happened and hopefully try to figure something out. So is the poster the asshole?
No.
No.
Because
Husband is
sometimes
very
you
much an
have
asshole.
to. Sometimes your life will be inconvenient because you have to help someone out, and this is family.
Yeah, this is
So
completely
it's even
different
more of
than-
like a bonding situation.
Yeah, this is completely different than a stranger's dog.
The dog looks like a Bella. They could be family.
They could be.
But yeah, the husband is being ridiculous, I think.
Yeah, that's way too much of an overreaction to kick a family member out. I mean, I didn't even kick the dog out.
Dog's still here.
Dog's still here.
Dog's chilling.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with her. I don't think he should have pushed her to the point that she has to go get a hotel. I mean, I hope they don't have kids because he doesn't sound good with kids, first of all.
Yeah. I mean, kids cry.
Yeah.
Most of them.
And
Ella
it's
didn't
short
cry,
term.
really.
Like, sometimes you have to go through short term troubles to help other people out.
Yeah.
So, no, you are not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
There are no assholes here tonight. Okay, so one thing about me that you probably know about, I'm not good at pop culture. I'm not good at pop culture. I'm not good at knowing the lyrics to songs or
But
the
very
names
good at
of
making
songs.
them up on the fly.
Oh, you have to
Very
when
good
you
at
don't
that.
know them. You have to adapt. So, I promised this week we would do a challenge that doesn't cause harm to either of us.
No harm, no pain. Just,
Yeah.
I needed a break.
We'll get back into it next week. But you've got screenshots of 10 celebrities. And I have to
This is the
know
time,
who they are.
This is the time of the night that the dog wants to be
It's
involved.
usually around this time.
She's like, it's ready to go in.
So,
Ready to go inside.
are these people like? Do you think how many?
All of these people. Okay, minus one person. All of these people you should absolutely know.
Okay.
There may be one person that you don't, because I don't actually even know who they are. But I know that they're popular right now.
Okay.
So
Tom Holland is that one?
no,
Oh,
didn't even think.
that
How
one
about you
good.
wait until you see the pictures?
Well, that just seemed like he's all that right now.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you want to do this? Do you want me to just scroll through them and show you the picture?
Yeah, just show me.
Are you going to post the pictures up?
Yeah, I'll post it.
Okay.
Just show me.
Alright, So
I have no idea. Is she a singer?
no.
She's got a big mouth. Is she a actress?
Do you want hints? Like
Is she an actress?
just yes.
Was she on TV shows?
Yes.
I don't know. Is it Stephanie Tanner
What?
in a couple
No.
years? I have
It's
no idea.
Julia Roberts.
I have no idea who that is. I
my
can't name one Julia Roberts. Was she in Titanic?
No.
No, that was Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Do you want me to scroll through them?
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is. Julia
You're
Roberts.
ridiculous.
I mean, I know the name. I don't mean I have no idea who that is, but I cannot think of, gun to my head, I can't name one Julia Roberts album. I don't know, dude. What movie was she in?
I can't really think of any movies specifically. She's in a lot of like rom-coms, romantic movies, stuff
I like
that.
rom-coms.
You do. You love rom-coms, which is why I'm really surprised that you don't know. She was more of like a 90s kind of celebrity, but I'm still really surprised that you don't know who
I
that
have no
is.
idea.
Very surprised.
I mean, I know who Julia Roberts. I don't know. Okay, next. Oh, I know this, and it's for a reason that's not where you think I'd know him from, but I can't think of his name right now.
I know where you know him from.
Dawson's Creek.
Yes, that is one show that he was on. That's not where you know him
James
from, though, is it?
Vanderbeek.
Yes.
Okay, I know him from the Bee in Apartment 23.
Yes.
That's how I know him. If it wasn't for that, I would have no idea who this man was. I probably would have said Ryan Reynolds. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was good. So I'm 50-50. That's
Yeah,
that's
so far.
I'll take that so far. I'll take that. Well, I know who that is. Do I have to know her name though?
Yeah.
She was in all those like she was probably in 16 Candles. She was probably in The Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
She was in all those.
Mm-hmm.
Those 1970s movies? 80s? Those are 80s. She's in those 80s movies.
God, you're such an embarrassment.
I don't know her name.
Molly
Melissa?
Ringwald.
Okay. Got the M right. Half credit?
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Was she in American Horror Story?
I don't know what picture you're looking at. No. She was in a horror movie. Several horror movies.
Monica from Friends?
No, but she was also in the same movie.
Wow. What are the odds? What a small world.
Yeah.
I don't know any horror movie that
Oh gosh, no, it was
she was in.
it was such a popular horror movie in the 90s or maybe 2000s. Oh dear.
We'll never play this game where I get punished for my wrong answers.
No,
No.
we could never. You would
I have no idea who that is.
go to the hospital. It's Neve Campbell.
I
She was in Scream. Main character
had no idea.
in Scream.
I don't know that that's going to be a super... Dude, how did you not know that?
I mean, you would have been in middle school-ish, I think, when Scream came out. So,
You know what I liked about Scream? And this is still my taste in movies a little bit. Or just any horror movie in general. But I remember in Scream, like I always liked in the beginning where they're just living normal life.
yeah.
Like I loved watching movies where they're just living their normal life.
Don't like it when it comes to the horror part, though.
No, and I don't not like horror movies because I get scared. They don't really scare me. I don't like action movies either. Like where there's just all this crazy action, like John Wick going on.
Yeah, I don't like action
It just
movies.
bores me.
I don't like action movies, and I don't like rom-coms.
I love rom-coms because that's just.
I used to love. I loved horror movies, but now I feel like I like more just suspenseful movies.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, because those make you feel something.
Yeah.
But I did, you know what? Paranormal Activity always scared me. It just felt so like it could be real. You can't fight a ghost, dude. Someone breaks into your house, you could potentially fight them off and win. But if a ghost, you don't have any ghost weaponry.
No,
You're at the mercy of it.
can't fight a ghost. Unless you're a Ghostbuster.
Let's see what's next. Like Kesha?
Mm-mm.
Am I close?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay. Dang, I thought that was it. Is a musician?
First of all, Kesha's white, so
I don't know, man. I just saw the image and I was like, Kesha. Oh, Kesha looks like.
it's Doja Cat.
But she did it. She did create TikTok, didn't she?
Kesha?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even have a TikTok.
That was
so.
a dumb joke. She has a song. I think she has a song called TikTok.
Oh.
TikTok, make it
Oh, I get it.
rock. Got it.
Funny.
Okay. It's not Ariana Grande. I know
I
that.
just said who it was.
Huh?
I just said who it was.
Who?
It's Doja Cat.
Doja. How do you know who's Doja? How do you who?
I don't know. I just know her name.
Okay. Is this the one that I thought was Tom
Nope.
Holland? Okay.
No.
I could have got there. I think I could have got to Doja Cat. You didn't give me enough room.
Oh, that would have taken quite a long time, I think.
All right. Is that Tom Holland?
No.
Shawn Mendes?
No.
Is it a musician?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I don't know.
That is Kevin Jonas from the Jonas Brothers.
I know who that is. I feel like I could have got that if you got a picture of him that looked more like him.
From his younger days.
Well, yeah, I like him. He's good.
Okay.
He's the one that like got successful after the Jonas Brothers.
No, I think I think they're all still pretty successful, but I think you're thinking of Nick Jonas. He's the one, he had
Which
another
one's this,
song
Kevin?
out. Yeah.
I don't know who I'm thinking of then. This is rough. See who's next. Okay. Well, this is
That's the one I was talking about.
it's a musician.
Uh-huh.
Is it the musician? Is it like 3 letters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know if I could come up with those 3 letters. I know, because I've seen it too. And I'm like, man, that's like the biggest band. I never heard of them.
Literally never listened to
Is
a
there a
song.
B in there?
Yeah.
Let's start with a B.
Yeah.
Is there a Y?
No.
Okay. It's, oh my gosh. He's a Korean gent.
Yeah.
Okay. B, B-Y-B-B-O-B. And I thought it was a group.
It is a group. That's one guy from the group.
So.
But I mean, you got the group. I don't expect you to get the guy.
No, I don't think you know the guy.
I mean, I do because I looked it up. His name is Jin.
Is there a J in the
No.
Squid Game?
No.
Got that. I shouldn't have said that.
You should not.
Really good show, dude. God, I feel like they just performed at the
They
Kid
did.
Choice Awards.
No, the Grammys.
No,
Very
not
close. But they performed at the Grammys.
okay. Can't believe I just said the Kids Choice Awards.
Yeah, I can't even.
That's a
weird.
that's a hot thing going on right now. Did you know that they JoJo, what's her name? Siwa?
JoJo Siwa. Yeah, they didn't invite her.
Yeah, but she was nominated.
I know. One of her songs was nominated. I don't know if
I
it
thought
won or
like if
not.
you're nominated, like you're automatically you have to be there in case you win.
Not if you're gay, I guess.
Yeah, Nickelodeon, not good. Making
Not-
Cartoon
not a good
Network look a lot better. Gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, wouldn't you think that's an automatic invite?
Yeah, I would for sure think so.
Nickelodeon, you are the asshole. I don't know. Is there 2 B's?
No.
Are there 2 of any letters?
Nobody's going to enjoy this. It's BTS.
Oh, behind the scenes.
I don't know what it stands for. Just know
Man.
that those are the letters, and his name
Did I
is
get
Jin.
2 right?
We'll
Got
have to go back
Vanderbeek.
through them. I don't know.
I got
didn't-
Vanderbeek right.
Yeah, you got Vanderbeek right. You got one other right, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. That was
Are
bad.
you sure?
I think so.
Maybe you didn't. You know, because
I got Matthew Perry right.
Matthew Perry wasn't on there.
Hmm.
You didn't go through all of them.
There's more?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was it. I should know this one. Al Capone. Is it?
Oh dear.
This is gonna make me look so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not De Niro.
Nope.
It's not Al Pacino.
No.
I'd get those. Like, I feel like you know people I would know because you know I like Tarantino and Scorsese.
Mm-hmm. He was in a Tarantino movie.
He was in a. Oh, he was. He was in.
Oh, he was in several.
He was in Once
actually.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, he was. He was also in Hateful
Throwback
Eight.
to earlier. Throwback to me and Dude on the Roof.
He was also in Death Proof. He's also
Has he
in
passed away?
Tombstone.
He's passed away?
No, he's not passed away.
Okay. I should know this one. What does it start with?
Okay.
Kevin.
No.
Kyle.
No.
I don't know.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah. I don't want to release this.
Yeah.
I when you said Kurt, I knew Kurt Russell though.
Yeah. You got 2 more.
I can't. I think I've been slipping into your seizure medicine.
I don't know what that would do for you.
Okay, that is definitely Monica Lewinsky.
Oh God.
I don't even know who Monica Lewinsky is. Am I right?
No.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yes. Thank God. Jeez.
I know
I don't
Marilyn
know if I can
Monroe.
give you that one. I know that Monica Lewinsky was a joke, but geez.
I got Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
That's Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, that's
Got it right. Why could you not give it to me?
Because you called her Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah, it was a joke, but I don't know. Monica Lewinsky did something bad, right?
She slept with Bill Clinton a little bit.
Didn't she do that too?
She slept with JFK a little bit.
Different presidents. Okay, we're on the right track. Her beauty is timeless.
Yes. She's very beautiful.
She looks so average.
This is the last one. And I was debating on it.
Does their name start with an AR?
No.
Okay, that's just a sponsor in the background then. I thought there would be someone that you wouldn't know I'd get, and I'd be like Olivia Wilde, but no Olivia Wilde's in here, so that's unfortunate.
You know who Olivia Wilde is. And I know that you know that. And the point of the challenge
Yeah.
was to get popular celebrities that everybody should know that I didn't think you would know. I've done well so far.
Is she an actor?
No.
A musician?
No, she's not a musician, I don't think.
A model? What other?
Yes.
She's a model?
Yes, I think.
I don't know any
guess.
models. I don't know.
I don't think they do anything.
I don't know a single model.
That's one of the Jenners, Kendall, I think. Kendall Jenner.
Oh, man. You know what? And I was just watching an interview with Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what got me to pick one of them because I knew you wouldn't know which one it was.
You thought I'd get
I thought
that it
you
was a
would get
Jenner.
it's one of the Kardashians or the Jenners. I was originally gonna pick Khloe Kardashian, and then I was like,
think I
no,
would've
I
got
think
Khloe.
yeah. Well, that's why I was like, I think so. Let me pick either Kylie or Kendall.
Yeah, I was out on that. But I like that interview. Caitlyn's a badass bitch. And I didn't even know until like 2 months ago that the Jenners and the Kardashians were the same thing.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
So I probably could have put all of them except Kim up there, and you wouldn't have had any idea.
Yeah, I know Kim and Kanye are getting a divorce. I know that much.
Yeah.
And I only know that
Hopefully
because...
he's getting some help.
Okay, I'm not good at this.
You were terrible at that.
I was bad.
You got like 2, maybe 3.
That was fun, though.
We gotta start keeping count.
I had... That was fun.